Hey, folks, welcome to another episode of the Main Event Comedy Podcast. I'm Gene Jackson. And of course, as always, we are welcomed by Delbert Jenkins, Shane Knowles, and there he is, Wes Sears, along with the Stinger in the background. I don't know. Was it on the first episode of the Whitey Jenkins, of the Jenkins Drinking with the Jenkins? Did Whitey mention you in the show that you saw? Or is that in the second episode? I don't know. They got split into two episodes.
Did he mention me or did he mention Wes Sears?
He was from what I saw, he was talking to Delbert about how Delbert while Whitey was in prison, he was pissed off because Delbert went and got in this little comedy group with, as he referred to it, Goldberg, the ripoff Whitey Jenkins, Buck Jenkins, and as he put it, I think he said the kid that looked like Darby Adams because he's got a Sting mask in his closet.
I don't know, but he's very.
That must be the second episode. I guess that hasn't aired yet. Producer Smokey gave me a sneak peek of episode 2, which is coming this Tuesday, by the way.
I'm gonna be honest. I saw his return, and I honestly didn't see that.
Okay, so it must be in episode 2. So spoiler alert, that's coming in episode 2. Yeah, Whitey Jenkins shoots on Main Event Comedy, and
well, look, Whitey's out of jail, so if he asked y'all, I wasn't here.
Well, here's my thing. I just hope he doesn't know my address. Because
he's threatening to show up to one of our shows, but I'm hoping that he can't get a ride because he has to be driven places. It's the whole thing. So I think we're good. But anyway, welcome to episode 3 of the Main Event Comedy Podcast. So far, we've had some pretty good views on the podcast. Our clips are getting some pretty good views. Not as many as Whitey's Trickster clip that's had over 2,000 views the last few days.
That's a good clip, though.
Apparently so. 2,000 views on that one. Calling the woman referee Trickster. For the people who get that, and for the people who don't, there's no explaining it. But of course, right now, we're focused on, we're going to talk about a couple of other shows we got coming up later on. But of course, we're going to talk about right now, next Saturday night, this big show right here. Look at this. Producer Smokey was hard at work getting a flyer that Wes Sears would sign off on.
Oh, I recognize that address.
This was the fourth version. The third version, Wes told him there wasn't enough me on there, as he put it, and so Smokey came back with this. So as you see, it's the Wes Sears stand-up comedy competition featuring Wes Sears on West Day, showtime 7:30, featuring Wes Sears at the Wes Sears Shack at 700 West Sears Drive in West Sears, Mississippi. And for more information, of course, call Wes Sears. So
it's a good-looking poster.
It is. We finally got a decent one for all these ones that.
How about that?
Well, shit, our backs are against the wall already. Good Lord.
Okay, so for the real poster.
That killed me.
Come on, Wes Sears, save some pussy for the rest of us.
So next Saturday night, June the 10th, the Rib Shack stand-up comedy competition at the Rib Shack in Amory, Mississippi. Of course, on the line, $100 cash money, and more importantly, I think, to most comedians, bragging rights. You know, I've talked about it on stage. You know, ever since I won that competition, you know, back in January, it's been pretty much a whirlwind ride of my comedy career. You know, I quit my job, but then that, you know, $100 went pretty quick. So. You know, I got some good opportunities. I'll save those jokes for the show, though. I'll use those in Amory. I was going to burn them right here, but I'm like, no, let's not do it on a podcast. What are we doing? But
you think time's tough for you, Skylar White? I didn't realize she blew all that meth money since Walt passed away.
Oh my! So there you go. Skylar White will be there. and he'll have
I think
he'll have a bone to pick with Shane Knowles as soon as he gets there.
Yeah, because
And
that was ugly.
and Dirty I had told Dirty because he wanted to know why I wasn't sharing the poster, and I told him that there were some people who took exception to not being on the poster, and he said he looked forward to watching everyone set and trying to figure out who it was that took exception to not being on the poster. But I think he may have just gotten a clue. It may have been a spoiler. It might not be hard to figure out now, but I don't know. He's a wrestling promoter, so he may still not have figured it out. He may still be. There you see Wes Sears sipping on a Bud Light right there.
Is it
Make
gonna
of that
fuck
what you will.
everything up if when I go up I say hello, I'm Wes Sears?
Dude, I love it.
I would be upset if you didn't open your set like that. And then at the end, go like, remember, vote for me, Wes Sears, for winner of the.
You guys have been a great crowd. I'm Wes Sears. Thank you.
like Mark Norman, who closed every set he did for I don't know how many years. I'm Kevin Hart. You just start doing every set you do anywhere. Is just I'm Wes Sears.
I'm just glad to see Delbert on a poster that's not a restraining order.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Nowhere on that poster does it say wanted, which is the first for Delbert. So how many people on the screen right now will this be your first ever comedy competition? Raise your hand. All right, look here. So we got three newbies to the comedy competition world, three virgins getting their cherry popped. If we're going to be vulgar about it, why not? So it's you guys, and there's going to be 6 other people. Let's go down the list. There's going to be Roy Hairston. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but he's a comedian. Ogre, another guy. I know Delbert has met Ogre. We did a show with him in Hartselle, Alabama, at a bowling alley in front of a few people. There's going to be Scott Porto, who's the current OWO heavyweight wrestling champion. I don't know what that says for his comedy chops, but he's going to be on stage. Skylar White, who Shane Knowles just referenced, a young gentleman who I think has done some comedy, but I don't know how much. A gentleman named Logan Peters is going to be there. A young man named Cowboy Nichols is going to be there. And, of course, Buck Jenkins, who couldn't be here tonight, he's going to be hosting. So, he's gonna set the bar pretty low right out of the gate, and then pass it off to you guys. So, who's gonna win? But who's gonna win this thing?
What day is it on?
It's on Saturday, June the 10th.
Is this the part where we talk shit? June the 10th.
Well, look, I'm just going to say it's not going to be Ogre.
If you want to see Delbert Jenkins beat off 6 other competitors, wait. If you want to see me beat off 6 other competitors, wait.
Take 2.
All right.
Okay.
It's not going to be Ogre because he lost to Lambda more than once in the Revenge of the Nerds. It's definitely not going to be Skylar White because, she just didn't, that's the whole reason Walt had to go and sell some of that good blue stuff was, Skylar wasn't holding up her end of the deal. Cowboy, I don't know, but, he better brace himself like Cowboy because the main event comedy is coming over here. But I'll go ahead and say it to you guys. I love you, but I'm going to spear Mr. Sears and Mr. Crimes. It's my time, and I'm sorry, Mr. Jackson. Ooh! I am for real.
Oh shit! So, I mean, you got the cream of the crop coming for you guys. I mean, it's not just Shane Knowles. You got the man, the Macho Man. So how does that make you feel, Wes? I mean, I know you got Sting watching your back, but
Sting.
I want to make this very clear. I'm the youngest. I'm the most. One who wants this. It's me. I make jokes. I say some things. I say I'm just gonna go up there and eat a rib. just one rib the entire time. I make those jokes. But yet I'm getting in his head, your head, I'm getting in all y'all's heads. You know what?
Jeez,
Fuck the Sting mask.
clearly. Afraid
But are you going to try to
There's a
beat off
reason-
6 other
No.
competitors?
No. Macho,
Hey,
Macho, you're
can I
down.
go again? I didn't know it was supposed to be so intense.
Yeah, raise the intensity.
This is what I'm
Delbert.
getting
Raise
at.
the-
There's a reason I want to be on the Flyers. There's a reason, because I'm coming. I'm coming for the lineup. I'm coming for Buck. I'm coming for the ribs. I'm coming for it all. Thank you.
That's a lot of coming.
Well, yeah. Good
I'm
thing
coming
Delbert's
everywhere.
planning on beating y'all off because
I,
y'all's plans will converge.
I hope we show up in Skylar White's jacked.
I honestly hope we show up and all just bomb after after the promos. Just like fuck.
I hope that you go up and do your rib bit, and then somebody behind you is able to do a Bruce Pritchard Brother Love impression and say it's not a rib, and then like me and Shane Knowles will be the only two people in the whole place that get that and think it's funny, but it'll be worth it.
Well, you know.
Exactly.
Dude, the
Hey,
only
hey.
reason I don't want to do that, to be honest, I feel like I'm like disrespecting the competition. But I also think it'd be hilarious if I just walked up there and for like 5 to 6 minutes just ate a rib.
I mean,
Didn't
it would
say
be
a
a very
word.
Andy Kaufman-esque,
I don't think you'll win like that.
No, I mean, it's about the competition too. But at the same time, I'm like, I just wasted people's time watching me.
Well,
eat.
exactly. And
Oh,
then
it-
he could come on,
it would,
he could come on the podcast and go ahead.
You know, that would kill for the hearing impaired out in the audience that evening.
And then he could be one of these pretentious comics where he could come on the podcast the next episode and be like, "They just didn't get my humor. They're not smart enough. They're not on my level to understand that type of
They didn't get the
humor."
comedy.
Yeah, because
Even
it's
though
on
you can
them.
go on the other side and watch an old man eat a rib.
Yeah,
They
I mean,
didn't
know,
get my
like,
humor.
like there's
Like-
there's 100 people in this restaurant ripping off your act right now. Like I've been watching a guy do your set for the last 20 minutes.
You might get
Delbert did it on the way
I-
to the venue.
Yeah, exactly. You might can make that work. I watched a link one time and it was Sam Kinison and he just went on stage and read an obituary. He was like John Lawrence, 83. He was survived by read the whole fucking obituary. And then at the end he was like, he's not coming tonight because he's dead. Oh, you could probably make that work.
Well, there you go. Free comedy advice from Delbert West. So you feel free to use that.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
83 for John Lawrence. Damn, I knew Karate Kid Universe had been out for a while, but I didn't realize.
I just picked it.
80.
Is that not the kid from Blossom? Wasn't that kid's name
It's
John
Joey
Lawrence?
Lawrence, I believe. I'm
Joey.
ashamed I know that.
Whoa, Delbert. You were
Whoa.
There you go. And folks, this is just a little bit of the humor you'll be seeing next Saturday night, June the 10th. So I will be shocked if someone on the screen does not come back waving a $100 bill in the camera at the next episode of Main Event Comedy Podcast. Because
Well, I have a
So-
question
so
for my
you
two
go back-
other
please.
main eventers. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys, talking about this is all our first comedy competition. Of course, the trip up there and, hopefully, you get your set ready to go. But I don't know about you guys. I am really excited more than anything, even more than trying to win, is just performing in a different venue in front of people who have no idea who the fuck I am, what I'm about, where I've been, what I'm going to tell you. And I think, for all of it, if you can do that and garner some laughs in front of people who maybe aren't preconditioned to like you or want to cheer you on, I think that's going to be the coolest experience about it.
What about you, Wes?
Anything to add to that? Y'all you guys are just like this.
No, I'm not excited. I'm
Knowles, we don't
nervous
care.
as fuck. Like,
I was waiting on him. Yeah.
I'm nervous as fuck. Like like I'm getting worked up thinking about it right now. It's coming too fast.
Shane, honestly, buddy, I
There's a
mean,
theme tonight apparently.
I'm excited. I'm truly excited because it's a scary and nervous thing, but at the same time, it's an experience that we haven't had yet. You know, this is my first show out of the state. You know, this is my first show in a competition like we're talking about here. And you know, I love you guys, but I also want to do the best I can. Look, if I lose,
You want to destroy them. Just come out and say it. You want to destroy them.
No,
You
no,
want
I
to
mean,
embarrass them.
I-
You
no,
want to
no, no, no.
humiliate them. You
I
want them
wa-
to regret that they left the house that night. It's okay.
You've been
honestly,
waiting to take it to your dad ever since you found out you were mine 3 months ago.
I didn't know we were still talking shit. Can I do mine
no,
over?
no, we're not talking shit.
We're calling blurring the lines there, Delbert.
What I'm
It's a
saying
shit,
is,
brother.
like, comparing it to Happy Hour to this, I really, and it's gonna sound bad, I really want to be on my A game. And knowing about the time, you know, and what we got to do, it's a lot, you know, as far as going all the way to Mississippi to do this, and we're gonna be traveling. And what worries me, honestly, I'll be honest with y'all, is going that distance, and I overthink the jokes I'm gonna have for that show. If that makes any sense.
No,
You're
I think I'm gonna
exactly
overthink
right.
it.
You're that Gene. Can you get them to bring it to the happy hour in Anniston? We'll just do it there.
everybody.
Wes,
We can't
Wes don't like
we can't figure out where to meet.
No.
And Wes
No, I'm
is stressed
fucking
out
with you.
about the distance. We can't figure out where to meet. So if they could just bring everybody from the rib shack
Yeah.
on the happy hour.
I mean, half the dais is already living around here. Come on.
Can't get it done with this equipment. Sorry.
But to Shane's point, you know, whenever you go to happy hour, there's always a segment of that audience who came specifically to see y'all. So you know, or you at least have an idea of what they're going to find funny. You know, you're like, okay, I know they'll connect with this at least because they'll get that. But like you say, it's a completely different audience in a different area, and this is the part that always unsettles me is like it's at a rib restaurant. Now, granted, these people know they're coming to see a comedy show, but they're also there to eat ribs. They're also, you know, preoccupied at times, and it's not, you know, they eat at happy hour too. But you know what I mean? They came to a comedy club. Happy hour is a comedy club, and there's always that element of going somewhere that it's not necessarily a comedy venue that, you know, it's kind of throws you like, you know, am I going to have to get their attention? Because, you know, when I was there last time, you know, and we talked before we started recording that not everybody's set went perfect. You know, there was a moment when I went on stage that I realized that a lot of people had checked out, like, and Delbert was there. Like, there was a lot of people just at their tables talking and was kind of ignoring what was going on stage. And so I was like, all right, I've got to go up there and first get everybody's attention before I start telling any jokes. Because if I just go up there and just go right into the jokes, these people have conversations going on. There's a lot of other things happening. People, it's around the time it was the end of the show, checks were coming. You know, people were trying to pay and all that sort of thing. So yeah, and I'm not saying that to to rattle anybody's nerves, because everybody on this screen right now, with the exclusion of me, are very talented, and you'll go up there and you'll figure it out. But like we've talked about before, I find that to be the fun and interesting part of comedy is the challenge of it. Is there's not a lot of slam dunks. There's not a lot of 100% like, I know this crowd, you know, absolute. Because even with happy hour, as we've talked about in the last couple of episodes, it's been a nearly new crowd every time. So there still was a, you know, kind of a question mark there of like, well, all right, are they going to react to this stuff? I'm trying new stuff. That's another thing too. We've all been doing, you know, new stuff. You guys even more so than me. So that's always, you know, unsettling as well. So I'm excited. I mean, I'm as excited to go see you guys perform in another venue in front of another place as you guys are to go do it. Because at the end of the day, I want to be like, yeah, see, that's my boys. I told y'all I was going to come through with, what happened last time wasn't going to stand. Like I told y'all when we come back, it's going to be a good show, and that's what's going to happen. And if it doesn't, then I'm going to be like, fuck these guys. I don't know what I was thinking. I got to get a new team.
Hope you,
This main event.
hope you have fun in Anderson the rest of your life. Yeah, the job squad over here.
Okay, lesson learned, guys. We never leave Anniston again. We do a monthly show happy hour. We leave it at that. Well
Gene's
enough
like,
alone.
look, this Flint guy told me about these guys. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know, man. He was
Get ready to pitch a.
He made-
Get ready to throw up a cod, or in Delbert's case, pitch a tent up at happy hour.
How bad is Flint gonna miss us when we're all big stars? No.
Well,
I'm sorry. I don't know if you guys did it intentionally, but I love nothing better than to just give Delbert absolutely nothing as a response and just watch him.
I think he'd want it that way.
What about this? Does this get you that I'm Winnie the Poohing right now? I'm like all shirt, no
Jesus
pants.
Oh
No.
my god.
No, that don't do nothing for you.
Look, when I walked up and showed my midsection was by accident, you willingly push away from the desk to show that you're pooing it. Like,
I'm Winnie the Poohing right now, all shirt, no pants. What do you got on, Wes Sears?
what the fuck?
What is this,
Turning
dude?
into-
What are you wearing?
Just because Wes is ever
Well-
casually sipping a Bud Light does not mean he's open to that sort of.
Delbert, you weren't at happy hour last month, so you get to see me have to wear this monstrosity on stage because I spilt beer on my T-shirt, and this was the only fucking thing I had in my vehicle. So I went up on stage looking like a Beach Boys album cover.
Yeah, but you make it work because you talk very proper.
And I also said you look like Bo 300,
On the Wii.
Wii bowling. It's been a while, but I've done my fair share of Wii bowling in the past. It's good stuff.
I like how we got away that Delbert just asked me what I was wearing.
I like how you avoided it and wouldn't tell me.
I tried to help steer it away from there before it got really weird. I mean, it's like it wasn't weird enough that dude pushed away from.
Let me take these off. There you go.
Some would say I'm
Sleight of
inquisitive.
hand.
Some would say I'm inquisitive. Others would say you're too secretive.
You're definitely not
others would-
secretive.
And others would say, "What the fuck am I watching right now, and why?" Last time,
Why is there a guy Winnie the Pooh with a Chris Farley T-shirt?
Exactly, and where the hell did he get that?
Wearing a hat.
Last time at
I got
20
socks
minutes
on
in,
too.
I was trying to figure out why we were talking about Clark Kent. Now I'm wanting to steer the conversation towards Clark Kent just to get it off of people talking
We're
about
gonna
what
have
they're
to-
wearing or not wearing, more importantly.
We're gonna have to get his number, Clark Kent.
He has a Facebook.
He's got a phone booth.
I found him on Facebook, which means he can see our stuff. So
Can we please put him on the podcast?
I don't think he should be on. I think we should just prank call him.
episode. just one episode.
I think
We
that's
got put him
all.
on.
Hey, is your refrigerator running, Clark?
Do you have Prince Albert in a can?
My therapist
You better
told me
let
to
him
come on-
out.
Therapist told me to come on this podcast and talk to y'all about how y'all's hurtful comments made me feel on your last podcast.
That really bothers me that he said that about his goddamn therapist, because what a shitty fucking therapist. He's like, I don't know, guy. Why don't you go to an open mic or something?
Why don't you tell them your problems?
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
He gives me a Bob Wiley vibe, like like I don't know if y'all know who that is from Bill Murray and What About Bob, where the therapist is just trying to get rid of him, and then he like, here's a prescription for telling your problems to fuck off or whatever it was. It's like, here's a prescription.
I don't
go
want to get us banned, but he gives me Jeffrey Dahmer vibes, and that's not even a joke.
He gives me mass shooter vibes.
That's what I'm like. I gotta watch. He came back there last time with us. That's why I kept. That's the whole reason I had to wear this fucking shirt was I kept my drink so close. Because no shit, I was like, I don't know this guy. He may roofie or drop some crap, and I wound up spilling on my green shirt and had to change into.
Shane Knowles is a goddamn respectable comedian. He's trying to go perform at a show, and he gets date raped by Clark Kent. This is bullshit.
I know, right? All of a sudden, I'm Winnie the Pooh, and I didn't know it.
Yeah, you don't remember how?
I wake up Winnie the Pooh, and my butthole's slippery. I don't like it.
Or as Delbert calls it, Sunday morning.
It happens.
Okay, so you got one of you says that he makes you think of Jeffrey Dahmer. The other guy says he reminds you of a mass shooter, and now we're back talking shit about him on the podcast. You're going to get us all killed. What are y'all doing? Talk him up. I think he's a great comedian.
He's one of the best.
He is. I'm glad he's not going to be an Amory because you guys wouldn't stand a chance. It would just be a slam dunk that he would win the money and he would pretty much take you all to school. Like,
I'm gonna cut my hair like his.
No, here's the thing. Like, he would walk in that building like he had an S on his chest. You know what I'm saying?
Because he literally would.
Yeah, because he would.
After being taught, my bullshit detector's going off in my room.
Clark Kent, huh?
Fucking Clark Kent.
So what else are y'all excited about? I mean, we talked about, traveling and out of state and a different venue and trying not to overthink.
I know we got our shows coming up after that, with Bag Lady Sue.
Let's go ahead while you mention it. There you go. You can come out on Friday, June the 16th, and see Shane Knowles and Delbert Jenkins, who ironically are on the right-hand side of the screen, depending on which way you're facing, together. Or you can come on the better night on Saturday night, June 17th, and you can see Wes Sears and that Buck Jenkins guy. Tickets are only $25, so get your tickets in advance before they sell out. You can go to Happy Hour.
And I'm not saying to do it, but if you look at that poster with me and Shane Knowles, if you zoom into Bag Lady Sue, you can see just a hint of badge on her right there in between her motorcycle and her fucking. There's just a little. You got to zoom in and hint.
We'll beat off Bag Lady Sue too.
She ain't never been beat off like I'm gonna beat her off.
So how much new material are you going to be dropping that night, Delbert, at the Bag Lady Sue show?
Oh,
I know you've been hard at working. I mean, you get us with some new stuff before we air. We don't want to spoil that, but
I like 3 new jokes I'm working on.
Tremendous.
They've done real good in the Hispanic community at my job, so I'm kind of banking on those.
Let me guess. They smiled very big, and
they smiled and nodded. They smiled and nodded. That's always a good sign.
Well, you're killing. You're killing when they smile and nod.
So what is it? Because I don't have any idea. So all 4 of us will be opening for this particular individual. Could you explain what Bag Lady Sue is or about?
Oh no. I have no idea. But if you zoom in right there, you can see just a hint of badge right there in the shadow.
I'm getting a little bit of like Elvis Presley, Sam Kinison meets
it's
God, who's the one that does the puppets?
You're too high. You got to go south.
It's an hour and 30 minutes of comedy.
It's an hour and a half show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm.
I don't know how that's gonna
That's a lot
play
of,
out.
that's a lot of comedy for $25.
Yeah.
I mean, especially after Delbert and I killed the fucking house, it's got 90 minutes of the headline.
When me and Shane are done blowing the fucking roof off and everybody's done nutted all over themselves.
And the
They're
rumor and
gonna be
innuendo
wanting to go
is that
outside and smoke and shit. Yeah, there's
someone
not
else
gonna
may
be
be
much
there
left.
opening with y'all too. I'm not going to speculate who that is. It's not my place, but
You might roll up and Bag
Oh,
Lady
no.
Sue opens for us.
oh, and so just
I knew where you were going with that. Opens up on that motorcycle.
You look on that poster.
Okay, so this is interesting having him just said that. Okay, so that's Bag Lady Sue, right? So just to show that this is a gimmick, just like Buck Jenkins, so that's Bag Lady Sue out of the gimmick there
Hmm.
on a snowmobile with fuzzy berserker boots on, apparently.
Looks like
So,
Ski School 1 and 2, those late 80s, early 90s movies.
could be. So
Sure, she wasn't in NXT.
So, rumor is that I guess there's a transformation from the show, like she's Bag Lady Sue, but in the end she's not, and all this. So,
What if
I mean,
Shane and
Flint says it's an outrageous show and it's awesome. He's been begging me to come see it for a couple of years now. So,
what if Knowles and I miss the other lady?
You talking about Vag Lady Sue?
What if we only meet one of them?
I dare you to introduce her as Vag Lady Sue.
My bad. Oops.
That's gonna be on you now. You're gonna.
I
have to
wrote
do
that. I wrote that down wrong. I'm sorry.
If you do it, I'll help you. Get
Ladies
out
and
the
gentlemen,
door.
please help me welcome a Vag named Sue.
So Delbert, I think you should dress up like an old man that night and do all your jokes as an old man, and then at the end of it, you take off your hat and your glasses and let your hair down and drop the cane or whatever you've got, and then you will have stole her whole gimmick, and they'll
And
probably
I'll be
throw
like,
you
I
out.
tricked y'all. I'm only 45. Ha ha.
I looked every bit of 55 minutes ago, but with my hair down, I can totally pull off. I can totally pull off 42.
Fooled you, fuck.
Got you, bitches.
I dare you to open up for Bag Lady Sue, Winnie the Pooh in that shit on stage.
That might be a tall order.
That's not what I heard, but anyway.
Like if you just went waddling out there like that with no pants on.
The rumor is it'd be a short order, but I mean,
I'm just saying.
Flint could be lying. I don't know.
Flint don't know.
You know, with your delivery though, like no shit. If you went out there with no pants and did like 3 jokes, I'm sure people would start murmuring and whispering. You'd be like, "What's the big idea?" And like maybe only halfway through your set or at the end, do you realize, "Oh, I don't have any
what
fucking
the fuck
pants
we should
on."
do? You know what we should do? I should go out and do like 3 minutes. Realize I'm not wearing pants. Go to the back. One of y'all go, and then I'll come back out with pants. Finish my fucking set.
Or at the very least, is you go and do 2 jokes and then stop and go, you know, they're right. This does go a lot better with pants on.
I thought this would be funnier without pants, but you know, I think it'll be the same if I had some pants on.
Well, I'm just saying, even if you just come
I'm
out
gonna be
wearing
back
You know,
in a minute.
We should totally do that. You should do a little bit, then the pants walk off. If you did a few like minutes and then walked off those shit some pants and be like, you know, you could explain you had to go to your car or go to a store. I could do like 7 to 8 and like come in and be like, "Hey, it's my time, damn it!" Like, "Oh, my bad." Let you finish your deal. Where like you do it long enough where they forgot you had been gone.
It would honestly kill me seeing him on stage without pants. And like we're like
the town,
like high socks too.
We should film that.
We spent 45 minutes before this show.
There's 2 ways
how to make things draw, and now y'all want to send Delbert out with no pants and just kill the goddamn.
Turns out
this is just for us.
Turns out I've been doing it this whole time. Who knew?
Now
Two ways you
Delber's
can
gonna
go about
burn.
that. Now, if you wore Superman underwear to stick it to Clark Kent, that would be hilarious.
What if
Or
I
if you
wear a
came out with the
Superman
stripes
shirt?
looking like Jack Gallagher, the old WWE wrestler.
I was gonna say he'll go borrow Will Owens' fucking singlet that looks like a lady's one piece, and
He does. Will Owens did wear a woman's. Have you guys ever heard my Will Owens joke? You guys want to hear my Will Owens joke?
I would love to hear a Wild Thing Will Owens joke.
I can swear you did this on the show before. But yeah, go ahead.
On this
Rob.
show?
I thought so, but
Well, you
maybe
didn't.
not.
You didn't do it with pants off. I don't know.
Yeah, I've never done it Winnie the Pooh before. All right. Will Owens Will Owens hates this fucking joke. I've been telling it for fucking years, and he gets mad every time I tell it. But Will Owens and a Catholic priest are walking down the street, and they see this little kid kicking a can. And that Catholic priest leans over to Will Owens. He says, "Hey, let's fuck that little kid." Will Owens says, "Out of what?"
Some t-shirts.
I think it's hilarious. Some people,
It is.
they don't like it.
It is. It's
Will Owens, a priest and a nun, and some orphans are lost at sea on a raft.
Oh,
The
Jesus.
raft gets a hole in it, starts to sink. The nun screams, "Save the kid! Save the kids!" Will Owens screams, "Fuck those kids!" And the priest says, "You think we got time?" All right,
oh,
take
okay.
take that part out.
No editing. Yeah, this podcast has jumped the shark in episode 3. It's nose diving fast. Save us, Wes. Come on, it's up to you.
Oh God.
You guys want to hear some shit I've been working on?
I thought we just did.
Ratings are going down
Well-
quicker than Delbert's pants.
Well, listen. How about this one? I think I've realized the difference between alligators and crocodiles.
I know
One
you're
of
not going
them-
to tell this joke.
One of them you see after a while, and one of them you'll see later. But I'm not a zoologist or anything.
That joke is so old it can vote.
Whenever I
So I
see a
know-
picture of them together, I'm like, see, the alligator's the one next to the crocodile. That's how you tell them.
And look, at work the other day, I jotted this down, and I don't know why I jotted it down because I didn't have no fucking reference. It just says, "You look like you would be a children's clown at a hospice." No? Come on, bro. That's fucking good.
Chip Chipperson lives.
So I know we're trying to get some gigs up in Gadsden. I know we had some conversations about that. We have any other places besides the ones we named that we thought about maybe?
In Gadsden?
Yeah.
Not particularly, no.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's a place called the Night Owl. I've never been there. Tut Hookah, which is a hookah lounge.
Yeah.
We
I do trivia there as well on Thursday night. They would probably be
saw
open
that.
for it.
I saw that. Yeah.
What about that apothecary place that you do trivia at? It looks nice, but I don't know what size it is.
Oh, I was going to say, I mean, very spacious. I mean, you got that brick wall, the apothecary logo, looking like something from Stand Up Live. I just don't.
Yeah.
I could ask because they're all, they're looking to do bingo. They do trivia on Tuesdays. They have live music 5 or 6 nights a week. But Sophia, the manager, who is married to Josh, the owner, I could ask her about a stand-up night. I don't know if they'd want to charge admission. That's the only thing. Like, they don't charge anything for the music, anything. There's no cover. So I don't know how that would.
Well,
But I mean, they have a very spacious, gorgeous venue.
There's a lot of comedians, and they did this at that show we did in Hartselle at that bowling alley. A lot of places that are in a venue that doesn't charge admission will put a tip jar out. And some people do pretty well. They get $200 or $300 in the tip jar by the end of the night. And in some places, you don't get anything. But I mean, if it's a nice venue and somewhere we'd like to, go try, that may be a route to go. It's not very far for. Again, not really far for any of us except for poor Delbert. But he makes a very comfortable living. Doing things that we can't discuss due to the legalities of it, but that's neither here nor there.
The only thing, it would probably have to be a family-friendly show if it did come through, because they have, even though they sell draft beer, they're all like family-friendly. I mean, there's kids in there for trivia and stuff, so I don't know the logistics. I'm not saying none of this can't be funny without, but I don't like the thought of having to walk on eggshells. I said that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I can be clean, but who wants to? What fun is that? And I'm pretty sure I know Delbert can't.
He just shook his head.
No. He knows. I mean, you've heard his jokes. That's all the jokes he has, except for I'm sure that goddamn crocodile alligator joke would kill at the fucking.
Oh, that would kill it with some fourth graders.
Oh yeah, well, some fourth grader would be like, "Hey, we've heard that before, dipshit. That's in a fucking Sesame Street cartoon."
I heard that in second grade.
Yeah.
I read it on a Laffy Taffy.
For real, y'all don't like that.
It's.
Oh, I approve of it.
It's a fucking joke. I mean, I'm pretty sure I read that in one of Noel's memes that he shares on Wednesdays at some point. Like, it's an old joke. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad, but it's definitely old. Like, it's been around for fucking.
What about?
I need to bring back that weekly Wednesday meme dump. I've been forgetting those.
Yeah. Because fucking Delbert will pull half a set out of your fucking Wednesday memes. Like, you'll share them on Wednesday, and that Saturday you'll hear him doing them on fucking stage. What do you think of this? Even though he stole it from your memes, he'll come up and ask you, "What do you think of this, Knowles?"
I wish
that's
I
my
could.
Favorite part of.
I wish I could say that isn't true, but that's happened.
That's my favorite part is Delbert pitching a joke and he can't get it out because he's laughing at it. It's like when he went to tell the one Will Owens joke. He's like, so, and so then my favorite thing to do, even if I think it's the funniest joke, even if I think it's the funniest joke ever, I will completely no sell. I'll be at work, my phone will ring, I'm like, "Hello." And no, are you busy? Or the first words I was like, "Tell me what you think of this." He'll tell me the joke. It'll be dead silence. Like you hear fucking crickets chirping. And I'm like, "Yeah, man. Yeah, you could use that."
Well, since you gave some new material, I'll give you a little preview for everyone watching as well as, let's see. So Delbert actually called me last week and he was like, "Hey, did you know they actually sell staples at Staples?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm pretty aware." He's like, "Cool. I'll talk to you later. I'm headed to Dick's right now."
That's not very good at all. It's not a very good joke.
Delbert's like, "That's not very good." And he's like, "And I don't appreciate you telling our personal conversations on the air."
Do it again and say Wes.
We're just mad because that's a real phone call. That's all.
Yeah, but everybody don't.
So a friend of mine, he and his wife are pregnant again. This is their second child. And I was like, "Oh my God." I said, "This is amazing." I was like, "Can I feel the baby kick?" And she's like, "Yeah, but can you do it externally this time?" That might sound better coming out as Delbert.
Yeah, you could probably sell some of these to Delbert for a few bucks.
I'm writing Delbert Jenkins jokes.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna start doing like Wes. I'm gonna start getting that fire going across the stage with enthusiasm. Yeah,
and get on.
And I'm not making fun of you. I'm talking about, man. We've talked about it. You've got that. You come out, you don't build up to you're like, "Hey, I am here and let's do this thing." And I got you locked in. I respect it.
It's good shit.
You're gonna laugh or I'm gonna
Meanwhile,
jump off
Delbert
this
has to be
thing.
dragged up kicking and screaming.
Hey, how y'all doing? This is dumb Delbert Jenkins, and
Laugh at my joker. I'm gonna kill this puppy.
Oh
Swear
my
to God, I'll do
God.
it.
somebody asked me to describe Delbert one time, and I told them like he's like Stephen Wright with less enthusiasm.
I like Steven.
That's what I
on-
like
that's
about
on
Delbert
point.
though, because no matter how bad I no sell his jokes, he never no sells mine. I don't know if it's just if he's just pulling reverse psychology on me, or if
No, I
sometimes
ought
say
to.
something's funny.
No, I'll...
So
Hey,
I
Delbert, you know why
understand-
when a Scottish farmer has sex? Oh, sorry.
What?
I was saying, Delbert, you know why when a Scottish farmer has sex with a sheep, he always does it at the edge of the cliff, it's so the sheep can push back.
I didn't know that. What did the
Thanks for
two
that.
lesbian frog? What did the two lesbian frogs say to each other? Tastes like chicken.
I'm ashamed I'm laughing at that. That's so good.
So good.
Hey, what about this? What about this? How do you wake up Lady Gaga if she's sleeping? Poker face. No.
No.
All right, then.
So I understand we've been sent some questions for Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Let me find him. Got a
Okay,
few
Wes,
interrogative statements.
I will say they're shorter than last time.
Thank God.
I
Okay.
wouldn't have even acknowledged. I haven't read them yet. Producer Smokey just sent me.
I'll
a
be right
private
back.
message.
Mhm. Yep.
Probably have to wait on Mach before we ask this.
Well, here I am. Oh,
Where did he go?
he fucking left there.
he's like, all right then.
Hey,
All right, I was
figured
about to ask
to
me this
go
question. I'll be
use the
right back.
restroom
Let
and
me.
get a drink or two before he started getting asked these questions like last time.
No, I had to come get in character.
Hell
What's
yeah.
going on? Yeah.
All right. Well, now we've lost Wes. I don't know. Actually, I'm sorry. It was not producer Smokey that sent this over. It was intern Benny that prepared these. So if there's a
Hell
problem,
yeah. Way to go,
Blame-
Benny.
blame Benny if these aren't good, because he was supposed to read through these first. I don't know I don't know where Wes has gone. He's
Let me go find him. Yeah.
this is interesting.
Hey, Wes! Get back in here.
Folks, I apologize if you're watching this. That this podcast has been on and off the rails. It has its moments, but then there's these lulls in between that are very uncomfortable. I may edit it. I may not. I probably won't. I'm lazy. I'm not going to edit it, but I do apologize because
I don't think we should edit. They should see what pieces of shit we are.
yeah. Let's kill whatever momentum we had going if we can.
Huh. Well, I couldn't find the West, but I found more accessories.
There you go.
Multicolored, multi-universe, much like Marvel. But this ain't the end game. It is only the beginning.
Nice.
Hey, Wes went to take a shit for real.
Apparently. Well, he was having issues before the show, so maybe we'll start with that. Well, no, wait a minute. Has he been there?
I told you I'd find him. I told you I'd find him.
time? I think he's been there the whole fucking time. He's just ribbing us. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready, Wes? Delbert, are you prepared?
I'm ready. I'm
Macho.
excited.
Let's do it.
I took Mr. Wrestling number 2's mask. I can handle anything.
That's next week's segment. Ask
And
Mr.
you
Wrestling
beat the
2.
shit out of Bill Dundee.
With a tire iron. Yeah.
Mr. Wrestling 2 will answer your AARP related questions next week here on, or 2 weeks from now. The main event.
Grab some scotch and talk about Johnny Walker. Get it? All right.
The couple of people that did are really doubled over right now. The rest of them are going, what the fuck? Who's Mr.
Double or nothing. It's,
Maybe that needs to be. Maybe you need to wear that on like Mr. Comedy 2 or something. For just not a whole time. Or maybe
well, it's a different.
When Delbert goes out with no
Everything
pants,
can
he'll
come
have a
out.
mask
That amuses the macho man. Pretty good there, Mr. Gino. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Dear Macho, a girl I know very well has given me chlamydia twice. What do I do?
Ooh.
Tim from Birmingham.
Chlamydia twice, meaning that you got rid of this ordeal, kind of like how I had to get rid of Sensational Sherry after WrestleMania 7. But see, unlike with Sherry, I didn't go back. You went back here, my friend. So what you should do is give yourself a standing ovation so that somebody else can feel the clap. You know what I'm saying?
Very nice.
Good job,
Okay,
Macho.
Our second question, Mach. Dear
Good luck,
Macho,
Tim.
luckily, all these are starting out exactly the same, ironically. Dear Macho, I am sleeping with my boyfriend's dad. What do I do? Tina from Alabaster.
Ooh. Sleeping with your boyfriend's dad. I would have been like, man, he just died about a month ago. That would have been perfect for the Jerry Springer show. You guys could have taken that and explained it to the nation, but you're sleeping with your boyfriend's dad. You ask, what do you do? I'm going to tell you, don't do that shit. Don't do it. Just cut him out. Look, the only time you should be that close to your boyfriend's dad is the holidays like Thanksgiving and Christmas and Arbor Day, but you don't lay down in the bed with him, Tina. You know what I'm saying? No.
I don't want to trigger you much, but I mean, that would be like if Elizabeth had hooked up with Angelo. I mean, what kind of reaction would you have had if that would have took place?
Well, first of all, you shut your whore mouth when you talk about Elizabeth. You understand? Much like chlamydia, that is a sore spot for the macho man when you bring that up.
He's being aggressive.
Like, hey, I'm going to get aggressive on you this June 10th. Coming up, Armor, Mississippi. Macho Man's going to bring it like FedEx and take it away like UPS. Call me the mailman instead of Karl Malone because I'm going to deliver. What the hell was the question again? You talked about Elizabeth. Yeah, if I caught Pops, God rest his soul, him and Laney, if I caught him messing around with Elizabeth, but let me tell you what I do right here, main event comedy. I would have taken my own dad out because you don't mess with Elizabeth. You just don't. You see the name on the boots, first name Macho, last name Man. You see Delbert, you got the shirt, no pants on that man.
So disturbing. Guys, I'm impressed. We're after midnight, and Macho's getting up there. I don't want to be disparaging, but he's getting up there in age, and he's pretty fired up to be. But I knew that Elizabeth question would prod him. Maybe it would get him going.
I am no young whippersnapper like Wes Sears, but I do kind of hold my own when I have a little bit of coffee because the cream rises to the top. My caffeine takes it to the extreme, and I'm ready to go. Just like Billy Idol in the midnight hour, I cried more.
We got one more for you.
Oh, shit.
It ironically, it too starts Dear Macho.
Everyone writes the same these days. Huh?
They do. Must be the classes they take or something.
It's heart attacking.
I don't know if this is a typo or if this is what he calls his, you know, dear Macho, I got
Yep.
caught spanking my dork at work in the bathroom at work. It's kind of redundant as well. Now I'm embarrassed to go back to work. What should I do? Not Delbert in Decatur.
Hey, wait a damn minute. I didn't
Oh,
like that.
I was going to say that sounded a whole lot like Lisa and Coleman from a couple of weeks ago. You got caught spanking your dork at work. Look, you need to worry about productivity, not dick activity. You need to worry about productivity because companies are watching the bottom line. They're going to be like, hey, who's over there in the John taking a little extra salami time? That don't work for these big companies, man. And if it don't work for them, then you ain't going to work. So you need to get back out. Where did you say this person worked again?
He didn't say where he works. He just said, I got caught spanking my dork at work in the bathroom at work. I don't know if
That sounds
maybe
like
maybe
some
it's
shit
text
from
to-
Lowe's.
This
Yeah,
clearly
like
is somebody
text.
messing with us.
Well, it's
'Cause
either Lowe's or
look,
Home
listen,
Depot.
I know I didn't write that because I spank my dork at home.
So you do call it a dork? Because I've
I
never
mean-
heard. Am I crazy? Has anybody else ever heard somebody refer to their, as a dork?
Not till tonight.
That's a first for me. I'm 40. I'll be 46 next month, and
I
I've
thought
never
it was a
heard called
fetish
dork.
dating somebody who was a dork.
I just assumed it was like a text to a talk to text issue where they said dick and it took it as dork, but
Oh, like when you're like fuck you and it's like duck you.
yeah, it's like duck you or fork you or something stupid.
The hell is texting?
We don't have time to go into that one this week, Mach. We'll save that one till next time. Maybe we'll have a little texting with Macho session, and maybe we'll bring intern Benny on. Hey, maybe he can teach you something about texting, although he doesn't have thumbs, so probably not. But I guess it's time to wrap this up. We've done this for almost an hour, and some of it quite good, some of it quite uncomfortable.
Fucking
We'll let you decide
horrible.
which is which.
Hey, look,
again,
road trip. We got a road trip, huh?
We do. We got to sort it out. We'll have to figure out, where we're meeting, who's riding and what, where, when. But we got a week to figure that out. So surely to God, we can come together on that. But
Can
don't
we all-
forget. Oh, sorry, wrong. Come on, Benny. There you go. So don't forget, June the 10th. I almost thought Macho had said it was Juneteenth, and I was like, I don't think that's when it is, but it's June 10th at the Rib Shack in Amory, Mississippi, 700 Martin Luther King Drive. If you need more information, you can call 662-315-2324. Get your tickets in advance because, with Delbert Jenkins, Wes Sears, and Shane Knowles there, not to mention Roy Hairston Ogre, Cowboy Nichols, Logan Peters, Scott Porto. This thing's going to sell out, guys. I mean, what do you think? I mean, I think you need to get your tickets in advance. You don't want to get up to the door and be like, "Hey, sorry, man, it's sold out."
We hate the Ribby here, but
yeah,
don't have any seats.
There's a lot at stake for this competition.
and for those that are concerned, for those that were on the fence, that were thinking about getting tickets, and now you're not, I'm going to issue a guarantee due to health codes. Delbert Jenkins will be wearing pants Saturday, June the 10th at the Rib
Oh
Shack.
shit! Well, I'm
We
out.
can't make any promises for any future endeavors at happy hour. Who knows? But in Amory at the Rib Shack, you can buy your tickets with confidence that while you eat your ribs and various other barbecue meats, because they have excellent barbecue at the Rib Shack, he will be wearing pants because food sales would probably not flourish if.
And I don't think you can serve food and have pantsless people. I think it's against the law.
If it's
You
not,
find
it
that out
should
the
be.
hard way.
I mean,
Yeah, that's a voice of experience talking right there.
and it's a week away. There's probably not even that many tickets left. There's probably a low amount of tickets left.
That's right. So get on the phone, call our friend Robert at the Rib Shack, find out what you got to do to get your tickets. And coming up on episode 4 of Main Event Comedy, when we come to you again in 2 weeks, we will be able to tell you who won the competition. Somebody
Delbert
will have
will have
bragging rights.
won. Delbert will have won.
Well, spoiler alert, apparently.
There it
Congrats,
is.
Ogre.
Skylar White beat us all up
Good
in
job,
the parking lot.
Skylar.
Good job,
Skylar
Skylar
White.
Yeah, I guess in case we can't record, well, I guess we'll just go down the list and congratulate everybody, and then we can just edit that in for the next.
Good job, Cowboy.
Congratulations to Roy Harris.
Clark
You did a
Kent
great
did
job.
good.
Clark Kent, we were shocked to see you, but not shocked that you won once you did.
You showed
I
up,
swear
you
to
wasn't
God,
even on the card, and you won. It was
Dude,
I
crazy.
swear to God, if he shows up Saturday, I'm going to root for him so hard.
Do we need to do a Wes Sears one, really? You think?
If Clark Kent
Oh, sure.
shows up, I'm going to
Probably not.
forfeit in Tribune.
I mean, I don't think you have to
Kent's
do
gonna
one.
say
He's
whatever
going to
he wants.
win.
I've heard speculation that the reason you didn't show up to the last show was because you heard Clark Kent was coming and you heard there was heat, and so you pretended to be at Rocket City. And
No, I was really at Rocket City,
God.
but I don't.
this
want
reminds
no
me of
beef
something.
with-
I want to tell this real quickly, and we got to end this because I mean we need to keep these things to an hour because people have lives, even though we clearly don't. But so our video, so I put a video on TikTok of a clip from this podcast on the last episode where we were talking about Big Booty Judy eliminating you from the Rocket City Rumble.
Yeah.
2 days later, I get a notification from TikTok that my video, or our video per se, because it's the Main Event Comedy one, our video was taken down due to sexual harassment. When I inquired
Whoa.
what sexual harassment, they said it was because we referred to the woman in the video as Big Booty Judy.
That was her
Oh my
name.
I
god.
said, that's her name. She refers to herself as that, and they haven't responded to that as of yet. But as of right now, that video is unavailable on TikTok because they pulled it down due to us sexually harassing this poor woman by referring to her as Big Booty Judy.
Lord Jesus in heaven.
What the fuck? So, yeah, that's fun. And also on the next
That is
episode,
fantastic.
besides talking about who won at the Rib Shack comedy competition, we will talk a little bit about another venture we got coming up. That's all we're going to say. We're not going to elaborate, but just know that's something that's coming, and it's going to be exciting. And if you think the Rib Shack comedy competition is something this Saturday, well, do you get a load of this? Because this is going to be something else. So anything you guys want to close on? You want to get one last jab in at your competition here before we head to Amory next week?
We're all getting
I
quiet.
want everybody
So
within
go ahead.
earshot.
Come
Oh.
to Amory.
Oh,
and watch
okay.
it.
Let's see. Mr. Man all over the poster. Call here for info. Wes Sears Rib Shack. Hell, you got the floor. Go for it, big man.
There's a reason I want that floor. I want that floor because that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to handle it. I'm going to do what I do. I wish the best for both of y'all. I know Butt's going to handle being the host, doing his thing. Hell, I might show up just to eat a rib on stage to show y'all that I'm funny just eating a fucking rib.
Well, after I win the Rib Shack next week, I'm going to circle back and go through my emails and get my boss on the phone to tell y'all that I didn't get caught spanking my dork at work. And when I do spank my dork, it's at my house. Thank you, guys. Good night.
If I am fortunate enough to win the Rib Shack competition, rather than saying thank you, I will tell Delbert's alligator crocodile joke and make the judges regret their decision immediately.
Bro, Bug Jenkins is going to re-enter the competition, and he's going to win the second one in a row. Swerve, bro. Get ready.
Oh my God.
Plot.
We're screwed.
Two times.
This man's already knows what it takes. What are we going to do, Wes?
Plot twist. The comedy is took over by Somali pirates.